remember in the last video, I think it was, I took the Cleveland down to the engine shop because I did some work done to it. Well, I just got a call. The engine's ready, so I'm on my way now to go pick it up. So I figured this is a good time to get you guys kind of filled in on what's going on with that. Okay, so first off, this is actually Corey's engine, and you guys get a chance to meet him later on the channel. It came out of his dad's 1974 Ranchero GT, which we originally wanted to restore, but due to rust, it just wasn't feasible. And you guys will kind of see that as we go along. So it's a 351 Cleveland, got a C6 automatic transmission. So I didn't actually record the teardown process just because I didn't expect to be doing YouTube videos at the time. This project's been sitting for a few years. And right here you can start to see just how bad some of that rust was. Right here is underneath the intake manifold. That aluminum just really fell apart as soon as I touched it. So under the valve covers didn't look too bad. Rock arms didn't look too rusted or anything. Unfortunately, that luck would run out once we got the heads off. As you can see, there's a little more rust in some of these cylinders. One cylinder in particular had it pretty bad. My guess is that a valve was stuck open, and as this car sat in that southeast humidity, it just kind of did a toll on the cylinder. Once we wiped down the other ones though, they cleaned up pretty well, and again, just this one cylinder. And you can see under the light just how bad the pitting was, and this is the cylinder that we had re-sleeved. So Corey and I were both under the impression that this engine was bored over 40. However, once I cleaned up the pistons, I found out that it's actually 60 over. I guess his dad just forgot. Right here, just a little more cleaning on the pistons. I think they cleaned up pretty well. And again, you can see that 60 over mark. Pistons are all out. After that, we kind of made a pass on cleaning out the rest of the cylinders, and you can see they all checked out pretty well. Pretty happy with the condition they're in. Got the trans off. That torque converter was a pain to take off. The transmission itself, though, checked out pretty well as far as like the splines and everything go. I haven't run it through its gears yet. I'm actually trying to convince him to swap to a manual though, so leave a comment below letting him know what he needs to do, auto or manual. Alright guys, so we got the Cleveland back to the garage. You got to see a little bit of the teardown, I guess pictures from before. Again, I didn't take video of it back then because I just honestly didn't think I'd be doing YouTube at this point, or at least trying to do YouTube. So if you're watching this video right now, thank you. But as far as the build goes, the engine did have some work done to it before Corey and I ever got it out of the Ranchero. Clearly, with it being bored 60 over, somebody gave it some love and attention, and that somebody is Corey's dad. So I'm not sure what all was done to it before, aside from being bored over. I'm assuming there was a cam put in it at some point. I never got to ride in the car when it was running. Corey says that it used to be a pretty quick little, or I guess big car. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Rancheros, but they're not the smallest of things. But anyway, the plan for the build is we're going to keep it bored 60 over. Obviously going to put another cam in it. Not sure what we're going to run with yet as far as cam profile. If you guys have any suggestions, leave them in the comments. Head work, as far as I know, has already been done. They've already been ported. I'm going to do new lifters to go with the new cam, probably new springs. Probably going to use the same valves. I'd like to increase the stroke on this, but with the pistons being so big, I'm not sure what the feasibility of that is. So Corey and I will look into that. I'll continue to kind of push that idea. Carburetor, it's already got a Holley 750, so we're probably just going to rebuild that, run with that. I've got a little surprise for Corey that I'm going to do for this engine as well. I won't do anything in terms of power, but it'll look pretty cool, I think. show you guys what we got. And so as you saw when we were doing the teardown, the cylinders themselves look pretty clean. This is actually the one that was re-sleeved, and you can kind of see it along the edge where the new sleeve sits. So, rest of the cylinders, again, I feel like they look pretty good. Ignore the numbers on there. I know that's not the firing order. So that's the engine in its barest form. Before we start putting things back together, we're gonna need new freeze plugs. I need new bearings, new cam bearings, main seals. Gonna do all the smaller things first before we go ahead and start throwing the crank and the pistons back in there and get the short block built. Head-wise, I don't know what route we're gonna go. We're kind of stuck between keeping it somewhat budget, but also with the power goals, we're gonna have to put some money in somewhere. Not only is Corey trying to fund this build, I'm gonna pitch in somewhere I can too. And because I really at this point just want to see this thing kicking ass again. It's been sitting in my garage for a few years now, and it's kind of grown on me as much as I have my opinions about Ford. So, but again, before we do any of that, I'm gonna work on cleaning this up. Alright guys, so kind of counter to what we usually do on this, I'm going to start by cleaning off this air cleaner cover. I got a surprise, not just for Corey, but I got a surprise for the channel itself and the things we're going to be doing here at Skunkworks. So this is going to be the first thing that gets done with that, and it'll make sense later on when you guys see what I'm talking about. But for right now, we gotta get this cleaned up before we can do anything else to it. So, a little bit of Lowe's rust remover. And some scouring pads. Coming along pretty nicely so far. Alright, so the last little bit of the top side is being a little stubborn, luckily for what I'm gonna do to this, I shouldn't need the top side of this. I just want to clean it up just in case when I get there I don't like the way it's turning out and I want to try using the top side to help. So if that happens to be the case, I'll just go back, finish it up. But this is the side that I need more than anything to be in good condition. And again, that's gonna make sense when you guys see what I finally did to it. God, I love brake cleaning. And usually this would get hit our GED mark, good enough. But for when I'm using it, I need all these little small little imperfections. I need all that to be smooth and free. So it looks good, but we're not there yet. Alright guys, here's our finished product. Turned out pretty good. Give it a quick wipe down with some polish. I think this will work out just fine for what we plan to do. But for now, I'm going to end it on this video. Make sure you check out the next one where you guys actually get to see what came from this. Alright, thanks for watching.